Thank you for joining us for another episode of Pop Cuisine.
I'm Nakia,
And I'm Richard.
and today we're going to start off with our usual celebrity gossip. So I guess the first thing, big thing this week was the American Idol voting controversy, and I put that in quotations just because I'm like, it's not really that serious. But
Let me just kick it off by saying, which were a fan of you?
which one?
We're a fan of you. I keep doing it. I'm slightly dyslexic, I think. Were you an Adam fan or were you a Chris fan?
Well, this year I did get sucked into it. I think I've said that before, and so I was more Team Adam. I thought he was different.
Did you think he was happy, gay?
I think he's happy. I think he's pretty jolly.
Hard to tell underneath all that makeup.
I don't know, but whatever. Like I said, he's different. Like I was, like if you want to go there, like Chris Allen, he's okay, but I'm like, there's so many Chris Allens. Like there's Jason Mraz, there's John Mayer, even the John Mayer that sells albums. There's I can't even think of there's so many like Gavin DeGraw.
There's not a lot of Adams out there. He's a little bit more theatrical.
Right. There's a lot of the singer songwriter dudes with guitars. Justin Timberlake even delves into it sometimes. So I thought he was different. But anyway, the controversy was they were saying that the votes might have been rigged because at the finale parties, the people that went for Chris's finale, the people in Chris's hometown that went to the parties were they had all these demo phones that some of the AT&T employees brought in, and they were power texting, so one text was equal to 10 texts or something like that, something silly, which, if the whole town had them, okay, feasibly that could
make a difference,
so if they're covering that up, then that could be a big deal.
So they definitely need to look at those, the margin of winning and, calculate maybe, an additional few thousand votes or so, but, I don't think it really changed the end result. So.
Right. And usually in that show, the runner-ups do a lot better.
Definitely.
Clay Aiken did a lot better than Ruben. Daughtry's done a lot better than the winner. I don't even know who. Like I said, these are just the people that I hear about.
Jennifer Hudson,
yeah. So, I'm like, I don't think he's missing out on anything, really.
So next, I was flipping through some channels and I saw that on one of the stations they were broadcasting an auction of Michael Jackson's belongings.
Wow.
Me being a big Michael Jackson fan, I should have stopped and watched it, but actually I did try, but my cable wasn't working, so bad cable company.
Yeah.
So if you have any stories about what you saw, if you'd seen it, definitely email me and let me know what I missed out on.
Just email us in general.
You can do that at popcuisine@yahoo.com. But I know you're always, highly critical of, people ripping off the 80s. So what do you think about this, this pop icon being kind of,
sold
for sale?
off.
So,
It's not really ripping off. It's more of somebody got to pay the bills, But that aspect makes it kind of sad. Do you know what kind of stuff was up for auction? Because when I heard about it, they were auctioning off Ferris wheel parts and giraffes and things, and I'm I can't buy that.
They kind of mentioned it 3 months ago, kind of when they were preparing everything, when they had when he had sold his house and that the new ownership had come in, and that's kind of when they were. And so they were just saying basic, everything from like you said, Ferris wheels to clothes to books to some of his awards, stuff from the Jackson 5, all the way back. So it would have been really interesting, a huge memorabilia sale.
Yeah, but seriously though, I think any a toothpick holder would have gone for a lot of money, as long as you can prove where it came from. But I don't know. Some of it might have been a little creepy,
Definitely.
When Michael Jackson's old dental floss would have been creepy. But
yeah,
people bid on things like that. People bid on Jesus French toast.
I'm wondering how much the sheets on his bed went for.
Not touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
Just so you know, I'm having an estate sale too. So if you want to bid on some of my personal possessions, just kidding.
Yes, I'm having a dorm room sale. No, bid on stuff from 5 years ago. Let's see. Also, this week a big story was the ongoing feud between Tori Spelling and her mom has bubbled up again. Tori, Donna Martin, 90210, most people know who Tori Spelling is, and her mom, Candy, haven't gotten along pretty much ever. The other day, Candy was on a radio show, being interviewed, and she pretty much blamed Tori for Aaron Spelling, her famous multimillionaire producer dad, or his death. And so I'm like, really? Like, who does that? What kind of mother are you? You know, this is evil. Like, yeah, no one really knows what's going on between the two of them, but she's not making it look good for her team.
No, I think like you said, you had brought up before. He was an older guy in his mid 80s.
Yeah, he was like 83 and he had a stroke. That's kind of how that usually ends. Me
personally, like just kind of reading the story in the background, and I'm on Tori's side. I think there's a lot of jealousy between mother and daughter there, but I think it's mostly coming from the mother kind of being jealous of her daughter's success and her husband's success, and she's kind of like, where do I fit in this? And so she's kind of creating a lot of her own drama just to be out there in the spotlight. So.
Right, and people, Tori Spelling, it's been reported she was a big daddy's girl, and that Candy was always really jealous of their relationship. So go back to your gift wrapping room, old lady. That's all I have to say about that.
Also in the news was Phil Spector. After many years of him going to trial, he finally got convicted and got sentenced. So he's doing 19 to life for his bad deeds that he's done.
How old is he?
He again is
like
kind of coming
60s?
to the end of the road too. So
I mean, I'm not wishing things on people, but one way or another, the truth usually comes out. I won't say always, but yeah. And also this week, actually tonight, it's Friday, just in case you're wondering. Well, it's Friday now. When you see this, it'll be Wednesday. But tonight is Jay Leno's final episode of the hosting the Tonight Show, so that's kind of the end of an era. He hosted for 20-something.
20-something years, yep.
But don't quote me.
It's so weird, like remembering back to kind of where, like I guess we know him for was the Dorito commercial.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how you go from like a Dorito commercial, because I never known him before the Dorito commercial, to the Tonight Show. And I always thought that was like a huge jump.
Right,
I'm like,
wow. He did a lot.
Apparently,
of
stand up and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm like, I need to get my own Dorito commercial, and then I can,
I want
do
my own
Regis's job.
That's right. We are campaigning to be Regis and Kelly for 2010.
Even if some variation of that, just.
I guess we'd have to be Richard and Nikita, not Regis and Kelly, but you get the point. Yeah, but so did you Leno, Letterman, which one?
I was a Letterman guy. Like I said, for me, it really basically depended on their guest that evening.
Yeah.
Whether it was a musical guest or just a regular guest. And
Yep,
I kind of flipped through the channels and, watched whatever.
Yeah, I see. Most of the time I'm watching Adult Swim or King of the Hill reruns or something, like that. But if, guest catches my eye, I'll stop and watch either one, really.
Definitely.
Really have a preference, but I always did like Jay Leno's when he took the ads from around the country.
That was definitely my favorite.
I like that part a lot. Speaking of that, this is a random tidbit. There was a paper in Pennsylvania, northern Pennsylvania, that they had to print a retraction because there was an ad pretty much insinuating that Barack Obama should be assassinated. This happened like today, May the 29th. It said something like to the effect of, may Obama follow in the steps of Lincoln, Garfield, McKinley, and Kennedy. And if you know your history, all those presidents were assassinated. And that's pretty much all it said. So I'm like, how did that slip past the editor?
Exactly, yeah.
But